Hey everybody, my name is Hal Raines and I'm a potter, and I love being able to work in clay. I do have a couple things that make me a little more, different than others, I guess, and that I have Parkinsons, and it makes it a little tough to work with the clay in a conventional manner, but it also makes my work unique. So as I go through a few things with you, just want to kind of keep that in mind. As you see the trimmers, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal to me. At this point, it's just part of life.
Okay, just open the clay up. Some people use 2 fingers, some people use a sponge and a finger. It's just kind of determined by how much clay you've actually got you're working with. So I'm opening up the clay, using a finger with the sponge to give me some moisture. One thing you gotta do pretty much always every time, unless you've been throwing forever. And so you basically use a needle tool to check the depth of it, and so I've got about 3/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna say that's pretty good. I'm gonna thin it just a little bit more, and I'm working the bottom back and forth to compress it, otherwise building it with cracks. So what I'm doing at this point is using the sponge to give me compression on this side, and then the fingers inside there to kind of give me the opportunity to pinch the clay together so it will rise up. Okay, so I'm going to lower this down a little bit more because I really want kind of a bowl shape. So I'm just, gosh, I got to get that sponge out of the way so you can see. Okay, and I do have Parkinson's, so sometimes my hands will shake a lot, and I have to put some more medicine in my body, but for the most part it's okay. My designs kind of reflect, they have this kind of lumpiness about it, and that's okay. I think they're, more unique, because obviously it's, when you throw, it's really a reflection of what your skill set is, what you desire, what you design. Okay, so I like the little swirl in there, but I'll use the plastic rib. And you see there are 2 different shapes really. So I want to smooth the bottom out at this point, so I'm just going to take this rib here, and again I'm going to compress outside as I compress inside, and try to get that wobble out by bringing that up, taking some of the glop off from the inside. So I like it so far. I'm going to just bring this in at the bottom on the outside because the bottom is chubby. So I'm working at thinning this out and bringing this up. You can see the bowl starting to get more scooped in the middle, which is good. That's what I hope to do. Okay, so you can see that's a nice bowl shape. Like I did before, and I'm just going to smooth that edge off. It's a little resistant to moving much because the edge is a little bit drier than it was. And again, the brush I just made from chopping up a whisk broom and using zip ties, and then just covering the zip ties pretty much with some green electrician's tape. So I'm just spreading this out, much like I did last time. Go back here and grab some of that and brush it up. And I like it to spin kind of suspended, so when I put a bunch on, I don't like it to run all together. So I like it to be fast enough that it'll pretty much stay in the place where it lands, unless I purposefully spread it. So I'm going to take this and go over the outside as well. A little bit wet. This is a different kind of a brush too. The other one being straw, this one's just a regular brush. It's kind of stiff though. And so I'll just kind of daub up some of it. And I'm going to go right into about there. Spread it to the center. And bring that up about like that. I'm going to just go ahead and take it all the way out to the edge. And but I want to just give it a little accent around the edges, so I'm going to bounce it a little. Okay, you see the difference? Hang on just a minute and you will. Okay, so that's the difference. It's just a different look altogether. So it's adding just kind of another layer of texture to it. The intense yellow to the bronzy color. I'm gonna put a band of Tahitian teal because I wanted to pick up the colors of the yellow. So I accented that with a Tahitian teal. And do I want to do that in the middle? I'm not sure. I do know that I want to put one here on the edge of this. So I can add a different kind of detail in there. And that's going to be the border. Okay, so basically just doing a little stamping with the edge of the spoon. And I think I'm pretty much finished. So I'm just going to take a sponge and do a little bit of cleanup, and at that point, realistically, I think it's ready to go to the fire. There we go.